Quick disclaimer, all of our funniness is gone this week. We were all tired this morning, then the shop got extremely busy, so as you can see here, I had to come to my house and film. This is my backyard. Sorry there's nothing funny, nothing fancy this week. Tune in next week, we'll try to make up for it. Pier fishing this past week was pretty slow as it was extremely hot this week, but that means you fish early morning, late afternoon. Bonita have seemed to have shown up in full force. Your large Spanish and a few kings. Still catching those kings on fresh frozen cigar minnows. Make sure they're fresh frozen if you're buying them. We have them here. They come in 2-gallon Ziploc bags. It's the only way you can buy fresh frozen. They look fancy and processed. Well, they're fancy and processed, and they've been frozen a long time. Your Bonita are hitting any topwater lure with a red head on it pretty much, or a bucktail jig. Need a good strong hook in it, and that white and red head seems to be the ticket. This past week, as you know, I fished the HT Series Redfish Cup with Captain Joe Hebert of Fish On Lures. Captain Joe came up, showed me where all of his redfish spots were, and there were redfish in most of the spots, not all of them. On the first day of the tournament, one of the first casts, I got hooked up on a nice overslot redfish. We fought him hard. We thought it was going to be a quality fish. We put him in the boat. He was 27¼ inches, so just over, and he was a fat fish. That school got spooked up, and we could not get him to bite the rest of the day. I started off throwing the Gulp 5-inch jerk shad. Like you see here, it's a strong bait for catching redfish, except Joe was throwing his Gold SS minnow. He trims it down. Come in the shop, we'll show you how he trims them. He caught fish for me, fish for fish all day long. I stayed with my Gulp, he stayed with his, just so we could see how his baits compared to the top name brand baits, 50-50 all day long. We came up short that day. We had just shy of 7 pounds. It's actually closer to the 6 mark. So we were definitely out of the running. So we went out there Saturday morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to all of our spots, small fish again all day long. Late in the day, Joe hooked up with 2 nice redfish, just over 26 inches, which put us with a 2-day bag limit of 18.26 pounds. So we had a very strong, almost 12-pound day 2. Joey Salstein and Jake Matney won the tournament with 25.91 pounds. Joe has his 5-inch jerk shads, which is shown right here. He was using his mullet color, which has a blue top, or he also throwing his green top with a clearish bottom on it. But this edge hook gives you an advantage when you're in the weeds. It is 100% weedless. You can throw right up in the grass and pull it back out. This is the same exact hook, different bait, but same hook that the top teams won. They won big fish on this hook, and also they walked away with almost $5,000 in cash, and they think a lot of it had to do with their ability to fish in the grass on the edge hook. So come in, we'll show you how to rig the hooks. It won't work on all baits, but it will work on most of your jerk shad. Kayak fishing this week has been very good inshore. Like most of your inshore fishing, your trout and redfish bite's been very good early in the morning. And about middle part of the day this last week, when that tide switched, is when the bite really seemed to turn on. About 15-20 minutes after that water really starts pouring out of all of those canals, the shrimp farm, the little bayous over there by the duck pond and stuff like that, the trout and redfish have been staging themselves right outside of the outlets with all that water gushing out. You can toss your baits or your shrimp up and let it kind of float down, or if you're working artificial, work it slightly faster than the current coming down through the coming out of those canals, and you're gonna get trout and redfish on it. And for kayaking fishing in Panama City, don't forget we have the Panama City Kayak Fishing Association meeting this Thursday at Hooters on Thomas Drive at 6 o'clock. If you need any more information on that, call the shop at 850-235-2281 or do a search on Facebook for Panama City Kayak Fishing Association. The red snapper and grouper on the offshore bite continue to be very strong this week. Just your same thing we've been telling you, cigar minnows, the tsunami knife jigs, any kind of bait that you're dropping down are going to get your red snapper as well as your grouper. There's not many weeks left of snapper fishing, so if you haven't been out there yet, definitely go. If you need a charter boat, call the Captain Anderson's Marina. They're one of the few people that still have groups that didn't take the BP bait, and they're still out there snapper fishing and grouper fishing. So if you're in town and you want to go bottom fishing with somebody called Captain Anderson's Marina, they will definitely do everything they can to put you on a boat. And if you need any information, stop by the shop. We have everything you need with your fresh frozen cigar minnows that are going to catch more bait than the old frozen chunks of stuff that most people have. Bite this week continues to be strong. A lot of bass being caught. We're having shiners, very consistent in the store now. So come by and pick you up a dozen or two large shiners. Brim fishermen, our earthworms are so large now. The guys are actually cutting them in half and putting them on the bottom, catching all the brim they want in shellcracker. So if y'all have any question on freshwater fishing, just give us a call or swing by the store and take a look at what we have. If we don't have what you need, we'll do everything we can to get it.